If you remember that show from the 80s, they kind of reworked it. Big action film. It's going to be out everywhere Friday, May the 3rd. We will do a screening for you this coming Tuesday night. You'll see it a few days before everybody else. Cinemark Valley View. It's a 7:30 screening. A couple of passes for you and a friend here. Be caller 10, 2 for the Fall Guy next week. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
It's just too bad.
The Alan Cox Show.
Something like this comes along and
It's never too late to ruin your day.
totally ruins it all.
100.7 WMMS.
Three 35192. Want to send me a text? Gab Cruz here for a few more minutes. Got to get out early. Hey, Sandra.
Yes.
What's going on, Sandra? How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Well, it turns out I'm pretty fine. I held on.
Yeah, you are.
What's
to
going
tell
on?
you something. I held on to tell you something that I hope you think is as funny as I did about the fellow that told me, talking about long schlongs. He told me that his was quite adequate, and I said, prove it. And he said, well, he had his girlfriend's name tattooed on it. I said, I want to see this. So he dropped his trousers, and all I saw was CCCT. And I said, now you got the initials. That doesn't count. He said, oh, just a minute. And he pulled it on out, and it said, Kathleen Cunningham, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Sandra, coming in hot with an old school rib tickler. Sandra. Could you imagine if that actually happened to Sandra and we're sitting here laughing at her and we're like, oh, man. Right.
No, but I did know a fellow that was quite adequate, and as far as maybe men are concerned, and I loved him dearly.
Yeah.
But it was large and sometimes difficult to take.
Difficult to take. Man, Sandra was out there wilding.
I like Sandra.
Sandra was the best.
The old size queen.
Yeah, I'm 82 years old now. Now I talk about it.
How old are you now?
82.
Wow, 82.
I'll be 83 in a month.
Beautiful. All right.
80.
Well, you can call me anytime, Sandra.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right, thank you. There's 82-year-old Sandra.
That's incredible.
He was quite adequate.
Quite adequate.
Quite adequate. You know, most guys in my younger years, it was like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. You just strap a 2x4 to your ass, you didn't fall in. But this guy, he was fantastic. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Owen, hate the show.
Thank you, Mike.
Well, man, I don't know how I'm going to stack up against an 82-year-old talking about long members.
Yeah, you got your work cut out for you, man, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, I just got to tell you, it's always a treat to hear you guys just gabbing away to cruise through the afternoon.
Oh, boy, here we go. See what he did?
Love that.
But I did want to say, I don't know if Gab there has been like just a huge fan of The Rock, maybe got some work done, but the right eyebrow has been put up like she's posing for a WWE event or something.
Have you been arching a brow on YouTube, Gab?
I think that's just the way her face works. I mean,
I don't know. So I can move them both.
Yeah, you have very expressive eyebrows.
All right.
Is it the right one? I will say this. One is lower than the other.
I think most people's probably,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I have noticed this. When I wear glasses, it's super apparent, I feel.
We're always pointing out your imperfections. We're like, oh, Gab, yeah, but those eyebrows, they're all, one's a little low for me, if you know what I'm saying.
As Sandra would say, it was quite adequate for eyebrows. All right, does that answer your question, Mike?
Well, to tie it all back around, just like Sandra had mentioned, one does hang lower than the other sometimes. So, it is the way it is.
This
Thanks,
is
guys.
It's completely
Have a-
natural.
Hang lower. Okay, yeah, thank you, Mike. There's Mike.
this one's for Mike.
Uh-huh.
Hey, do it again because I didn't have the camera. There you go. Boom.
There you go. I got a letter from G. Hub, who used to be our bureau chief out in Dublin, but now he resides in Orlando, Florida, and he is going to the game tonight wearing his Factory of Sadness T-shirt.
Oh, nice.
I mean, a little cross-team, whatever, representation. There you go. Does that count as synchronicity or no? I guess that wouldn't be a synchronicity.
No.
Of any kind whatsoever.
Someone said the word we were looking for was, hold on.
Yeah, synchronicities.
Well, synchronicity, but somebody else said, where'd it go? Had it. Happenstance.
It's another good one.
I mean,
that's a little.
That word works, but I don't know that.
Synchronicities. That's my favorite.
That's a good one. Alan, you guys were talking about that British guy. Have you heard of the Girth Master?
No.
Okay, so this guy's Australian, and he went viral because they just did an on-the-street interview. Some job app was talking to people, and they talked to this guy, and he goes viral because he's an OnlyFans creator because he has a giant member.
Uh-huh.
And so he went viral just because he's talking to this girl on the street about, they allude to it. He doesn't really talk about it, but this guy, apparently it's been a whirlwind for him since then.
What do you do and how much do you make?
So I'm an OnlyFans content creator. I'm in the top 0.1% of...
You got to bleep OnlyFans on TikTok? This is why they're banning it. Like you got to put asterisks instead of... You can't spell out OnlyFans? Does that get you bumped or something? Really? Does the algorithm jam you up?
Yeah, I think they want to keep it from getting shadow banned or whatever, so they don't want...
Huh.
Because they're real careful about that.
All right.
Earners on the platform worldwide. Between $40,000 and $80,000 a month.
What is your weekly
How about that? 80 grand a month on OnlyFans, this guy.
So nice.
Because he's doing like wank content.
week like?
So typically I'll probably shoot a couple of times a week and like edit the videos, spend a lot of time marketing. I'd say I spend 60 to 80 hours a week working.
How long have you been in that role for?
I went full time a year ago. So it's been a pretty big year. I've like traveled to the States a few times to shoot content with some big names. Like I make videos. It's been really fun.
Do you ever get judgment from peers and how do you overcome that? Or are you just like, I don't care?
No, I'm pretty lucky as a man. Not many people judge you for being a sex worker. Like I got
they have to bleep sex worker too. I can't imagine he has peers. That guy's literally peerless, walking around with a bowling pin. They wrote him up in Rolling Stone and the whole bit, this guy. The Girth Master.
The Girth Master. What a nickname to have.
80 grand a month on OnlyFans. He's not a bad-looking dude. I mean, that other
compared
guy...
Compared to, like, the other ones, the British guy, the British guy looks like a
now I gotta
Wish
look up
Matt
this
Berry.
guy, too.
This guy, I'll give you his stats. 8 inches in length, 7 inches around.
Oh.
So, this guy... Gab himself.
The eyebrows are back up.
Both of them this time. Yeah. You thought they were arching before.
No.
The Girth Master, with 2 R's. It's his handle online, and he apparently that video of the man in the street thing, they got about 87 million views on it, and then everybody started Googling him.
So he's probably making 90 grand a month.
He was already making between 40 and 80 grand a month, and now it's going to go through the roof. He's a 30-year-old guy from Australia, and he's been doing OnlyFans for a couple of years.
I am always curious, what's the ratio of gay men to women that are, because I imagine there's not a lot of women that are subscribing to him.
Well, he said he mostly does boy-girl videos. Yeah. He doesn't have any interest in shooting stuff with other guys.
Right, but I'm saying like the people that subscribe are still...
Yeah.
Right, that's what he said. He's like, he goes, I feel like if I shot gay content, I'd be ripping gay fans off because he didn't think that it would be ethical. But he said that his audience is majority male.
Mm-hmm.
He estimates only about 15% of that audience identifies as gay in real life. So there's a lot of curious dudes who want stuff from him, and now you can do it. You don't have to go lurking in the alleyways or anything. But this guy...
Well, how many guys do you think are just clicking to compare? Or just clicking because they're
Out of
so
curiosity,
interested.
like, I
Well,
don't
you
know,
wouldn't
man.
even do it to compare because you're like, okay, I see his stats in print here in Rolling Stone. I'm not even remotely close to that.
no one's ever called me Girth Master, so I don't think I need to
confirm.
Yeah, I don't need to run that race.
He started when he was 18 by posting a nude mirror selfie on Tumblr. Remember Tumblr?
Mm-hmm.
And he said that that was the first time that anybody told him that what he had was quite out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
Because
the
he's not
Boogie
running
Nights
around-
moment.
Yeah.
What you have is special.
I'm going to be a star. Yeah. So he, this is what he does for a living. People see it and they kind of want to investigate to see if I can actually live up to the claim. And in parentheses, the Rolling Stone author writes, he does. He used to be a pizza delivery boy. He was a baggage handler. He built
a baggage handler.
Still delivering.
Yeah.
Right.
He was building furniture, but he was struggling to make ends meet. And now he's making all kinds of ends. Yeah. People said, you should do OnlyFans. And he started making serious money pretty quickly. But in the last 6 months, he has been pulling in about $40,000 a month.
Pretty impressive.
So he's, that would be strange because on the one hand, I was watching.
I think it takes two.
Well, I was watching a thing on the 25th anniversary of Family Guy, and it was a round table. It was Seth MacFarlane, it was Mila Kunis, it was Seth Green, all the principals, and Patrick Warburton, who was Putty on Seinfeld. He's done some things since then, but he's Joe. He's the guy in the wheelchair in Family Guy.
Right.
And he was talking about how his parents, because he grew up in a very conservative household, his mother tried to get Family Guy canceled, even though he was on it, because she was in one of these like family Christian American television council groups, right? Where they'd say that 1 million people wrote letters, but it was all a lie. It was like 10 people that would write all these letters. And he's like, my family was in this thing trying to get the show canceled, and I'm trying to tell them, I'm giving you money from this show, right? I'm paying for a lot of things because of this show. And I would think these people whose families have problems with them doing OnlyFans, they're like, I'm able to make a lot of money that I could help you guys out, by the way, from this. It seems very strange. I mean, because there must be a ceiling there. If you were to tell somebody, oh, I'm on OnlyFans, and they go, oh, or whatever, like family members, right? At some point, there has to be a grudging respect at how much money you're pulling in. Because if you go, they go, how much you make? You go, I make a few $100 a month.
Like,
it still sounds sleazy.
Yeah.
They're like, If you go, well, last month I made $25,000.
They go,
They go, oh. So everybody's got that thing in their head, I guess, if they're uptight. If they start out at uptight, they eventually would get to a place where they go, well, as long as my little girl's happy, I thought that it was just a phase. I thought it was a passing thing, but she's really doing well. She just bought a house.
Bought us a house, bought us a Lexus,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah. I got a break. You got to go.
I gotta go.
Thanks for hanging out. Happy birthday.
Thank you guys. Thanks for my cup.
Tell everybody where to find you on social media.
Yeah,
the
be
Gab
sure
Cruise
to-
Show is starting soon.
Yeah, subscribe to Cruisin' Cleveland, Kreuz. Cruisin' Cleveland on YouTube, and it'll be on my social media as well. It's like a cross between comedians in cars getting coffee and just my own twist of doing interviews.
No
and
coffee.
activities. No coffee.
Yeah, that's the twist.
So check it out.
Both
and
eyebrows.
Both eyebrows. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, right.
Go subscribe.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I think she also said you had like a specific request for your birthday, though. That you
What's
want
that?
everybody to go see me in Willoughby this Saturday.
Oh, yeah, sure did.
A specific request.
After you subscribe to Cruisin' Cleveland on
Yeah.
YouTube, be sure to check out Bill this weekend. What is it, Friday?
Saturday in Willoughby.
Saturday in Willoughby.
A garage bar?
Thanks, bud. Yep.
Uh-huh. Your birthday present to her is to go see Bill in Willoughby.
I'm just, just giving Gab what she wanted for her birthday.
Yeah.
Just paying it forward.
Yes.
There's
Exactly.
multiple
Yeah.
things here.
Yeah. Happy
All
birthday,
right.
Gab.
Good to see you, kid.
Thank you guys.
All
Thanks for
right.
having
We'll
me
take a break. We'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the